Okay, esa.
Red clip is the new red. So, oh, sorry, the red clip is the new right? Yes, yes, thank you. That's right. And Judge, before we play the video, can we get the instruction, red, the limiting instruction?
Yes, that's fine. Let me just real quick.
And Judge, we have looked at the redacted version on the disc, and it appears to be that, but we noticed that there are other videos on that, so I mean.
It's just software update.
It's software, yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm trying to make sure I pay all the files. But just, cause I'm here should on the fire, so.
It should have got your out. But you have to just get cells like you should, but that's pumping, so. Yeah, it's right here. Rochelle, is the one part? No. Oh, yes, I think. Remember that. 112A. No trust. B and C. Okay, I guess, do you want this number 112? Could I leave it as that, and like, be a different number for overall rings, so, yes. So she has number two. Yeah. That's no, so.
Pardon me, yeah, just one second. So, I'm gonna read to the jury the following instruction. You are about to watch a recorded interview that contains opinions and statements by Detective Ramos to Alicia Andrews. In particular, there are statements made by Detective Ramos as to his opinion regarding the defendant's guilt and any potential sentence or punishment she may receive. These opinions and statements are pertinent only to explain the reactions and responses they elicit. You are not to consider these opinions and statements by Detective Ramos as true, but only to establish the content of Alicia Andrews' reactions and responses.
Judge, could we add Sergeant Aaron Campbell to that? He is also talking to Ms. Andrews in that interview.
Okay. Correction. Okay, wait, where's Mr. McLyman?
I just went to the restroom.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'll drive it out in the next restroom, but
Yeah, please don't.
also with this, I was anticipating that he did make arguments related to the Detective Ramos's credibility, motive, and bias as it relates to those statements as well, so.
Okay,
But
Sure.
that argument is.
sure. Okay, Mr. McLyman has returned. And the state's getting ready to play the defendant's interview, so I'm going to read the following limited instruction before he for the video shown. It's based upon 2.8 recorded interview, effective law enforcement statements on the defendant. You're about to watch a recorded interview that contains opinions and statements by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell to Alicia Andrews. In particular, there are statements made by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell as to their opinion regarding the defendant's guilt and any potential sentence or punishment she may receive. These opinions and statements are pertinent only to explain the reactions and responses they elicit. You are not to consider these opinions and statements by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell as true, but only to establish the context of Alicia Andrews' reactions and responses. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I had yeah, that's sounds what we do.
Very good. Okay, Springman, and get the detective on the stand. Hold on one second. Yeah, so I don't think we should send Mr. Howard back.
You know, we agree to that. I would do, I don't know if it'll be the entire hour and 20 minutes, then I have all this like put on.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead and send him back, then bring him back again tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, let's bring in our jury.
All rise.
Okay, very good. Welcome back. Have a seat, everybody, and proceed.
Detective, when did you make contact with the defendants?
July 9th of 2024
Where did that take place?
at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office headquarters in downtown Jacksonville.
Who was present?
Myself and the second lead, Detective Aaron Campbell.
Was it video recorded?
It was.
Did you read the defendant her Miranda warnings?
I did.
Did she agree to speak with you and Sergeant Campbell?
She did.
Going to show you what's been marked for identification, state 59. Before coming to court, did I ask you to review this so that you could later identify it in court?
Yes.
And does this DVD, States Exhibit 59, contain a fair and accurate depiction of the interview that you had with the defendant, Alicia Andrews, in Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Your Honor, at this time, we introduce into evidence States Exhibit 59.
Any objection?
Okay.
Okay. And you're ready to publish?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, I have an instruction for you all before that happens. You are about to watch a recorded interview that contains opinions and statements by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell to Alicia Andrews. In particular, there are statements made by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell as to their opinion regarding the defendant's guilt and any potential sentence or punishment she may receive. These opinions and statements are pertinent only to explain the reactions and responses they elicit. You are not to consider these opinions and statements by Detective Ramos and Sergeant Aaron Campbell as true, but only to establish the context of Alicia Andrews' reactions and responses. All right, you may proceed. Need to skip.
Judge, there was dead air, so I was trying to move it forward when they opened the door.
It would just play the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
About what time did the detectives enter?
About 7 minutes and 46 seconds.
Where are we now?
6:40.
You're her? My name's. All right, so, your detectives will camp up, okay? I do want to talk to you already, but before I start our spiel, okay? I know that you were in a relationship with Isaiah Chance, okay? And I know he's probably already talked to you. And, probably trying to tell you what to do or what to say, okay? But I want you to understand, right? In this moment, right? God isn't in this room and he can't do anything, to help you in this situation. You have to make that decision for yourself, you know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of stuff that we have to show you that you would probably want to see. And I'm willing to be as open can be to show you everything that we have, you know what I mean? Because I want you to make an informed decision about your life and where it goes from here, okay? I know you've never been arrested before. Um, the situation here as it stands, okay, is we want to show you the stuff we want to show you, and we want to give you the opportunity, and it's your choice, okay. But before we can go into those details, you're going to read your rights, okay? I want you to understand something like your rights. You're the driver's seat on this, okay? Talk about what you want to talk about. Talk about what you don't want to talk about, okay? It's up to you on this. But I think you're a young person. Don't think you understand the gravity of what's could happen. I want you to be able to see what all we want to show you. The way we can show you all of this is that you're able to talk about it. Sense. Yeah. All right. Well, just so you know, again, like you said, you want to see some stuff, you want to answer some stuff, you answer it. You don't want to answer some stuff, you don't have to answer it. You're in control. But you're in charge of what happens to you in your future for a start right now. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. You understand that? You have anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that? You have the right to consult with an attorney before you make a statement or answer any question, and the right to have an attorney present during the question. If you want an attorney but cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you for during questioning free of charge. You understand that? You may use any of these rights at any time for during questioning, and you may stop this interview at any time. Do you understand that? Do you understand all the rights that I've just read you? So you understand at any time. Up to you. Okay? I want to show you a video here. Do you have any questions about your ready for to Where are you at? You know what time you were in? Yes. You don't, you do them. Excuse me. Who's he?
Is there any kind of the volume? I'm having trouble here.
Oh, my, no, I'm never wrong.
That's like 7, come on, October.
Can you us what's going on? So where are you at in the city? You know what time you were in? Can you tell us what you're doing down to? Just be honest. Who's the? Yeah. Okay. So you know, like, you don't want me to call her? I said, you know, like, that's what you know about. So what do you know? Yeah. You know, when. So then, is it for you? Yeah. Okay. Um. You remember running around when you were there? Sorry. You hungry? Okay. So that's you in the car? Yeah. Okay. Who was driving the car at that time? Was it the little brother that you were referring to? No. So you don't know the guy right here that's driving? What do you call it? So tell us a little bit about what you had in the camp. Mhm. Okay, was they busy? Where, some of the McDonald's is busy. Okay, you guys like clubs? You remember what clubs? You can get into the clubs? Okay. You remember what clubs they were? Okay. You talked to the files in the front door? Mhm. Okay. What was trying to get into? That you? What they? Can go, you mean as well? Mhm. Okay. So. You probably get on this club that you couldn't get in? You guys have a lot of pay for it, right? It's $2. Okay. Can you talk to the officer there? Yes, okay. What's going on there? Is he using your phone? Yeah. You over here in the back there? You know, I've been there for. Okay. You know what this times. We can come on the phone. You know, just. Put it on the run. Back in McDonald's. Gentlemen, you never met them before? With the idea of getting new guys. How are you gonna call it in and one or something? Here's what I see. Okay, so how did this gentleman join you guys at some point in the months? I don't know, I just don't know what's on. Well, did you come here, did you guys pick this guy up somewhere? Was that silver car that you're in the drive-thru in, that's the car that you and Zay traveled down from Jacksonville for the weekend? You don't remember what they were traveling from Jacksonville? Okay. Okay. Still following there, he was kind of taking the activities in the different corners they were in. That's mostly what we do so we can. It's a phase on the bottom. Do you remember that? You know this one? You need to look for. This one's I talk to friends. All right, see. At the end of the day, for that, if you aren't just on the sidelines, all right? You need to tell us that, right? You didn't necessarily like they as equal the activities, he's on the phone, he's telling you where to be, right? You're with him by his side, right? But obviously, something big happened that weekend in town, right? You know, so, are you excited about being pregnant? I watched the last one. You did? So, you like that on me at some point? No. No. How long are you and Zay doing that? Like 4 years. Where you're going on? Okay. Yeah, I can, I just want to hear. Yeah, what do you hear? Like that. Yeah. So most of that is tree on making. I don't think to be right now, it's very, very honest. You're 21 years old, correct? So your phone is actually right. You know that, right? Your cell phone. It's action. Tracks you everywhere you go. That's how we knew you were a deep link to the video promise because your phone would be there to exact times. Yeah. So we go to those places we don't know the video and we'll hold see. Hey, that's the best thing you jacket you wear. Favorite one? Okay. I'm telling you, the Airbnb you were at, telling you all these places you've gone to, have yourself on the track and go talking with every single man with how accuracy is. You know, it's real. Yeah, you're from fashion, where you go. You say again. Airbnb. What else do you get? You know, some of the times, for example, yeah, you ever sending an Instagram message to somebody to rent an Airbnb for you that time? You know, you did it, and you send a message from your phone. Yeah. Yes, she do like have interview. She does what? She does have like you can put something for whatever person. Okay. Who did you send a message to? Do you remember? Some of her names wasting her. Like she do promos, she posts on Instagram. Did she end up booking the Airbnb that you guys did? You know who booked it? You know who booked the Airbnb that you guys did? I just asked, and when I was like, we're still going, trying to. Was the guy who was driving the cruise while you were at McDonald's, okay? When you hadn't met before, was he at the Airbnb when you guys left the Airbnb? No. You don't know? First, so I don't really get one. Okay. What part did you do? So you ride over it? I go over it. Right over it. You know the Uber app? Who wrote that on the Uber bed? Yeah, we did. Yeah. You can't take that over to you. No, that cool. All the way back to that. So you drove down in a car you don't remember and you took it over? I already know. Okay. Fine. They go where we going. So now I'm going to go in and check on me. The gentleman that was driving the cruise at McDonald's? My cruise? Yeah. So you go to the Airbnb at the same time. You guys are coming in and out where they leave that room, right? Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any conversations with him at all? Did he introduce himself in any way? Street name? Talk about anything? No. You know? No. No. Part of that once or twice, but I never said no. So when you talk about Zay's little brother, right? And that picture that I showed you and I asked you about Zay's little brother, do you know his real name? Do you know Zay's little brother's real name? Have you spent any time with him? Probably once. Okay. His house. When did you go to his house? I don't know what it was. It was I don't know, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I just like to say that. Okay. Have you ever been to his house? Like, I probably did, but I don't know if it's his house. And I probably know that car. And going back to that Airbnb video of when you're coming in, okay, to the Airbnb. Where's everybody else at? Where's they and you were so they don't come in, you know, how do they get in? Yeah, if the camera goes off every time somebody comes in, in order to get in, you have to put in a code. That code strike on the app. I spoke to the owner. Nobody else went in. How did they get in? Do you want another door? Is it possible you can open that door? And the water told me you know. Well, it can't be you have the table on front door, nobody else comes in that front. People will put every single person you come to that front door and uses that code. When you guys went out to the McDonald's, you got front door. You don't know? Where did you go out that door? Where did you go out? So she. So you know what I'm talking about? Is that you the only one that went in the front door? Nobody else went in the front door? So how long did you stay inside? If you were the only one in the front door? Huh? No, I was talking about the fire. Yeah, I don't know anybody else here, and because nobody else wants to. Yeah. Same, but they are. He didn't know about it. He didn't know the fire. We're being taught with you. Yes, of course. I don't care if you didn't know the fire work. No, I don't know. No, I should say, but I don't know. I'm going to go out with him. Well, they know you're not going by stuff. So where you were, you can actually speak for itself. You see the little dot here, right? That's your phone, right? That's ping. This is we've labeled the Airbnb, okay? See that? And every single minute your phone is pinging off. You see all those little bubbles there? That's your phone pinging off, okay? That's your phone pinging off, right? Let's get back to the very most important time period. So you arrive at the Airbnb around 8 p.m. This is the Airbnb. Here we are at 8 p.m. Okay. He stayed at the Airbnb up until the point where you were hungry and you needed to get some jobs, right? And this is how we found it, McDonald's. So you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this, okay? This is very important because you're gonna need this information when you make a decision you have it, okay? Right. Between 125 and 140, get over to the McDonald's, right? That's how we're going to look at the McDonald's. And you go back to the Airbnb. Yeah. And then after the Airbnb, you head over to the first club, Teaser's Club. You know who else was at Teaser's Club while you were there? The rapper from Jacksonville, Foolio, that died in Tampa, right? He was at Teaser's as well. And we have him on footage at Teaser's. After he did his teasers, no, that's fine. You gotta watch this shit, but you gotta know, okay? After he did his teaser, he goes to Truth 18, right? For his after party, which he posted on Instagram, walking up the stairs. Guess who else shows up at Truth 18 after Julio shows up at Truth 18? You show up at Truth 18. Okay, no, but there's one place that wasn't a club, right? So there's one place that wasn't a club that you have to come up with a reason why you were there. It's a hotel, Julio was shot and killed at. So when we know you didn't stay at that hotel, we know you didn't stay at that hotel. No problem. But you were at the hotel where Julio was murdered at the exact same time that he was murdered. Yeah. So the reason we're counting. No, listen, this is the time I got. I understand this, and I want to make it because you've never been arrested before, right? And you might not understand the gravity of the situation you're in. Okay. Are you're familiar with Zay's old friend Tilly that was shot and killed? No, you're not familiar with that. His killer had a girlfriend by the name of Diamond, okay? And Diamond helped set Tilly up, lured him to a location where he was shot and killed, okay? Now, Diamond was not at the scene where he was shot and killed. Diamond did not pull the trigger, okay? All she did was send a few messages on the phone, okay? And they put the case against her, and now she's already been convicted 20 plus years. She's in jail right now. She's not getting out for decades. And she wasn't even at the scene where Tilly got killed. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not making any threats to you by any means, but this is damn evidence. This is the murder you're seeing is your device present at it. Okay. Sweet. Like you try to. Yes. Okay. You're 21, right? You think I'm over yet? No, right? I'll do it. I've been doing this job, doing homicide as long as you know. Okay, so you want homicide, 24, 24 years. Give me a while. This means I've been in good care, talking to a young person sitting in your chair, countless times. What you don't understand is this is the perfect case for homicide. I had your phone everywhere. I have things between your boyfriend, your people, and listen, you don't have to play down with the all okay? You don't have to, you don't need to. I'm just gonna explain something to you, okay? So it's okay. It's okay. So your boyfriend, your people are all it's Julio is, okay? What I have on this video is you stalking Julio, conducting surveillance of her, just take chip her, keep it out of it. Your whole life depends on it. Okay. And now you're conducting surveillance with your boyfriend, two teasers, which is the clothing point. Then we have your car, your phone, everything else in the parking lot of Truth 18. Then we have the car you're red going into the parking lot. Foolio is. We also have the black Chevy who are traveling with you. We also have you guys on about another license plate readers in tandem, driving together, following each other. Oh my God, so you know, all the way down here and back. This is the car that the three shooters came out. And this is the car that you and say are on scene in video at teasers and seen on video at Truth 18. This is high definition footage, okay? You're there. You're part of the murder of Julio, whether you want to be or not. Now here's the thing. I know one thing for sure. You know, you're not my favorite person, okay? We know that. Is that a fair statement? You're not a favorite person? You're not trying, right? You didn't shoot anybody in town or anybody. Okay. Here's the problem. A bunch of people did. And I think they got you in way too. The problem is your phone killed you. The charge on this is for a degree murder. The defense is going to be life in prison. Now, I mean, life in black. It means to become your nurse. It means you never get out. You don't have relationships anymore. You don't have a job. If you have a child in prison, it goes to somebody else. And you don't even get a hold of your child. You never get to see your family again unless you come to visit and it's through lapse. It means the moment my partner might walk out of the room, your wife is absolutely forever, and you can never ever change it back. Right? Right now, so far, what you've done is lie to love and minimize your involvement in this. And it only makes the case that much stronger against you. The only thing that might help you out is complete truthfulness and honesty from you. And tell them the whole story, because I'm telling you today, your life forever changes. It's never the same after today. That's happening right. You're not going to be spending time with your family. You're not going to know any of the things. If you think your boyfriend loves you, your boyfriend used you in this. He knew he's smart on these things. And you know he is smart. He had you, you were going to have fun. He had you to follow absolutely zero problem. Oh, that it needs to be had you everywhere. For Wednesday week. No. I think what you can't do, you can't travel to Tampa and then travel to the only two locations that Julio Foolio was that night, walking around the parking lot. I can tell you something else. You didn't go up and talk to a bouncer, so we know you lied about that. You did not know because Julio Foolio was in the parking lot when you got there. I can tell you that's certainly not on video, so you're going to go about sure. I know that he loves it. I know that you loves it. See, I know that he loves it. I know, and I know that this is a very difficult situation. The question you have to ask yourself in this room right now is, are you willing to throw the rest of your life away for 6 people? Yes, I believe, because that's what you're facing right now. That's what you're facing right now. The only possible chance that you have to get out of this situation is to be honest. Because at the end of the day, listen, you're not gonna, I get it. Listen, we just show you want to picture the people. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on the details. I want one honesty for you. Ready for my one honesty? Did you open the back door to let other people in the Airbnb? That's the question. Then how did they get in Airbnb because he did not go in the front door? What? No, he is exactly for one honesty. He opened up the front door and you got it. So you didn't open it. You didn't open up the front door that way? No. How did you get it? Nothing's open. Nobody else went to the front door like that. You wanted to know 100% truthful. And you can't answer it. It hasn't anything over the grade. It's actually just on for that. You have to get the code to get in. You need the code over. It's audio recorded. It's on. Yeah. You guys see after you go. No. I don't have the code. It's on audio. Nobody go back and listen. Let the code and you say, I can tell you this. Wait, what is that? What do you want to know that they're person? Do you know anyone who's been in prison? Did you know that? I can tell you this, you're young and you're small. And where you are likely to end up without food to save it right now is a horrible place. I gave you something. No, you have not. I am, whether you believe or not, I have something. Do you think I'm probably good at my job will probably die? What do you think? You don't make things. Do you think I'm probably good or probably good? I can tell you this, I'm good at it. Extremely good at it. Nothing wrong with you, really good at it. I can tell you, he and I are partners, and we have never had someone solve a common that he and I have worked together ever. Not one. Okay. What we do for a living, we do that highly professional. I can tell you right now, with the payment you're giving us, you're going to be in prison. You're never going to come out. You're never going to be the outside of prison. Don't you fear that? There is no thing in your life after today. Yeah, it's a reality situation. I want you to say, we normally don't present discovery to the, I just want you to understand how it's sort of, because you've never been. And we normally never present discovery, meaning the videos and the cell phone data on cases where we're not quite at the point where we can charge them yet, or what we don't think we're going to get. The only reason we can show you what we've shown is because what's going to happen is no. The reason we have shown you what we have, we still don't even have all, okay, but we've got a patience in because we're still in this room, okay? We are going to go to the state attorney's office, okay? And we're going to get an arrest warrant, at some point, charging you with first degree murder, with murder. No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to be charged with murder. That's trial. Your mom and dad are gonna talk to you through a window for years. I don't know how long this trial is gonna take, and then you're gonna have to face the possibility that your entire life might be gone over Zay and his beef with 6 Block and Foolio. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice. Let me tell you, when this stuff goes to juries, when this stuff goes to judges, it's not my job to judge. I don't judge. I know you're a young girl and you know what I'm saying, and he put you in a fucking shitty situation. All right, well, he puts you in, when you don't look on, I mean, it's the kind of shitty situation when somebody you know you're going to, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But he puts you in a very shitty situation. He put you in a situation. And if you go to in front of the jury, what they want to know the most is we're gonna make the case. We're gonna be able to prove that you were there, that you participated in this murder. That's done. What the jury's gonna want to know, why did she do it? And then she sorry. That's all they care about when they decide whether you're doing 25 years or whether you're doing 30 years or whether you're doing 15 years. They want to know. They want to know, why did she do it and is she sorry? That's what they want to know. That's what you need to answer in this room. If they drag you into some shit you want to be a part of, you have to tell us that. But the only way that jury and the people who do decide your fate moving forward are going to believe that is if you're 100% honest. You don't need to answer the question of whether you're lying or not. We all in this room know that you're lying. We have evidence. Okay? Don't focus on one thing, the whole story. We know that you were down there with Zay, okay, to kill Julio. We know that Zay was communicating with the gunman in the Block Impala, and we know that the gunman acting on this information that you and Zay were on the cruise to target Julio. Down to the power, you know exactly, the gunman knew exactly what seat he was seated in. You know what seat Julio seated in? The dunes, the silver cruise you're in when you're driving by it. You start talking. No. And I also. No, it's this operative, save your life. Oh, no, so that's mine. Let me ask you something. How serious do you think this is right here? How serious do you think this is right now? I can tell you it's a serious thing that is always going to happen in your lifetime. Today is going to be the most serious day you have ever had in your lifetime. I can't stress that enough to you how serious today is. You're 21 years old. We want to give you the opportunity to explain this to us. Anyone else? We have no idea that anybody else knew that when they came down here. You know why? Because you're experiencing these things, and you left your phone on, and your phone communicated with the cell phone tower, giving your exact location the entire time. All right? Your boyfriend, he is screwed. He just identified himself in 2 videos of him through TV. And the teasers, listen to me, you just screwed him. How are you saying right now? Saying no. Now, I don't understand. Nobody would think any of yourself. You know, I'm saying y'all about myself. No, I'm not saying about yourself. I only know you would say we can't be but you know, the news was saying in that video. I'll never go and say it's communicating with the shield from you know, I feel Foolio. Here's the thing. Before we talk to you, we didn't have him. We do now. He's done. Say is done based on the you identifying in that the he's done it. Little brother's done too. He's done too. You've already put them in this. Okay, anyway, so you don't know what you don't know. The problem is right now, 19 years old or 21 years old, you don't know it. You don't know a lot. The problem is you don't understand that those cell phone records seal your deal. I'm not talking about phone calls. I'm just thinking about it. Teach you every single you don't have any explanation for why you were in a car. I haven't seen it earlier. Well, you're in the hotel parking lot. Okay, so you turn around in the parking lot. I'm going to say, okay. You don't find that, you don't think like, I know you're not experiencing how court goes, but again, the jury judges, you don't think when they hear the story that you and Zay are in the silver car in the parking lot, feet away from where Foolio gets gunned down. You cannot understand how it feels. Just because you are pulling the trigger doesn't mean, right? You ever heard of an accomplice, a sheriff accomplice? Here's the thing, okay. So let me try to break this down super simple, okay? Did you see the black power there with you at different places? Okay, so let me explain something else about this black power. You and this black power come from Jacksonville all the way to Tampa together. You guys pass where the license plate reader is. There's cameras all over the place on the interstate. Tow trucks have them. They record every single license plate that comes by. We catch you and that other car together multiple times on the way from Jacksonville here. It means you would have to hit the lottery to make that happen again. It's impossible for those two cars to hit license plate readers hundreds of miles away at the exact same seconds. But your two cars did because you followed each other all the way down. It's crazy you don't get it. So, you know what I saw? Let me draw this, okay? You know what a license plate guy is? Or a camera that takes pictures of license plates, okay? The license. Here's a camera. Here's a camera. Okay? You're going down the interstate right here, and here's a car. Here's a Chevy Cruze. Picture taken. You have the license plate. Right behind it is another car. Picture taken. That means those two cars are together. No, it means those two cars are traveling together at the exact same time at multiple places in the state, coming from Jacksonville to Tampa. And you're going to tell me, huh? Does that make sense to you? In fact, you see the black and power. You know anything about black and power. You know anything about a black car. Was anybody staying in your Airbnb that had a black car? You're not sure. Was there anybody staying in your Airbnb other than you, Zay, and Zay's little brother? Was there anybody else staying in that Airbnb? You were in the room all the time. If you have a room and you went places. Was there anybody in that Airbnb other than you, Zay, and his little brother? Did you go into the front door of the Airbnb and let anybody else in another door of the Airbnb in the back door? Did you go to the parking lot of Beezer's with your boyfriend, Zay, and decide to not go in the club? To the past. And you go wrong. Can you tell me why you were wearing a COVID mask in that parking lot? I'm sick, Robert. People drinking, smoking. Can you tell me why you don't have a mask on in other places? You're in the car with a guy you don't even know in a McDonald's drive-thru and you don't have a mask on. So, if you want to the club, remember? Your first one, I don't want to get sick or not pregnant. That's right. Could guy you don't even know come further away from you in a McDonald's drive-thru? When you sick? Who? You were out. Before you left Jacksonville, you stopped at Isaiah's little brother's house, okay? And we tracked from his house, all the way from his house, all the way down the highway, past the license plate readers, the silver Cruze, and the black Impala, all the way to the Airbnb, all the way to Caesars, and where Julio's performing his first show, all the way to Truth 18, where Julio's going for his after party, all the way to the homicide scene. It's all the way. But explain it to me. Explain to me how your car, and your car offering from you, from Isaiah Bruno Brothers' house, from Jacksonville, all the way to here. You think that's a coincidence? That Isaiah's little brother's car, because that's his car, traveling with your car. It's not. You were at his house before you came down to Jacksonville. You were at his house before you came down to Jacksonville. Were you at his house before you came down to Jacksonville? That's not answering the question. It's a yes or no question. Were you at his house before you came down to Jacksonville? So you were at a house. Was it black and holiday? You know something else? I pulled the ring and we were ready. So you see all the words, you know, that's not really good. And then you know, I feel needed, you know. If you know how this way you can't come up the face, you be telling everybody everything that happened in your life. This is just like the that's Isaiah, right? And talking to the Uber driver, right? Can you answer that? With you, your boyfriend? Here you are, so you know, in your favorite jean jacket, in your favorite jean, is that you say you walking out? Did that say in front of you? You don't know. What is your reputation? Did we get good for you? Who's that? You know, they recognize that you say right now? Well, being an aware of going through being able to yeah. So that they go run yeah, we're having the same thing because there's simple questions. I know he's not known for the answers. You're not at all. I was helping like the part that I'm struggling with is how I'm gonna explain to your mother and your father that you want to throw away your life for saying, you know, you're like, you are. You know how to bring looking down the barrel of first degree murder charge. Oh my God, are you serious? Yes. Listen to me. You don't understand what's going to happen after you walk out of this room. You're not going home. No. You're not going home. Do you think you get a bond on first degree murder charge? Do you think you get post bail? You don't get post bail. So this is the process, and this is how it plays out, okay? So when you get charged with first degree murder, you have no bond. You go to jail here, and then you transfer you to Tampa. And then you sit in jail in Tampa between 2 to 4 years. During those 2 to 4 years, you're waiting for trial. Generally, you get assigned a public defender because you probably don't have money for a real attorney because a real attorney is about $200,000 for a case like this. It's just what it costs. Then you go to trial. And then in trial, we show the video of you at the two places, the only two places in Tampa the Foolio goes to. Then we show You, in the car you're in, because we have the car you're in, immediately afterwards, pulling into the scene where he is brutally gunned down by 3 masked men. And when you flee, and you go back to the Airbnb, that is what's shown to the jury. With video evidence, with phone records, with your lack of a statement to us explaining what you're doing, you have not help. And I'm telling you, no, it doesn't fly. That doesn't get you out. No. And then what happens is the jury comes back and they say guilty. That's what they say. You get life in prison. You go to prison. You live the rest of your life with another woman and cell the size of this room, with a steel toilet in the corner, with no door ratchets, a little tiny thing above it. That is your life every single day for the rest of your life. You have a guard telling you when to get up, when to take a shower, when to go outside to a caged yard with giant walls, when to go back to your cell, and when to go to bed. And the next day, they open the bars again, and the guard tells you what to do every part of your day. If you back talk, you get lit, you get put in solitary confinement. You get food taken away from you. You have no freedom again for the rest of your life. There's none. So whatever you did today, I hope it was fun. I hope it was the most fun you have ever had in your lifetime. Because you're going to need those memories to carry you through the rest of your life. Because you won't make any more memories after today. So they said, does that make sense to you? But they said, I'm gonna try to connect with you a little bit. Okay, I've got 2 daughters. Right? Your parents do not want to see you through glass until the day they die. All right? If this was my girl in this seat, okay, I would beg her, be honest. Tell the truth, get yourself out of this situation. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we have to go in front of the jury. We get to tell our story, and then your story is what you're telling me here right now. Who do you think the jury's gonna believe? I went down, I don't know what car went down, and I don't know who you went, we was going to go in there, no, your story, listen, guys. This is your one opportunity, so this is, and I mean, you this other person, you can participate in a ruthless murders, whatever it is, I'm certain or not, okay? No, but that's the thing, just because you don't pull the trigger doesn't mean that you didn't participate. Okay. You obviously don't appreciate that. Did you see Julio in that part of the role? Or was in line looking for that? Communication was made to the other people. We have to call following the 3 cars there. Let me see how this goes, because this is all on video too. You drive up to the hotel, and you're heading north. You might not have the directions. I get it. Okay, you're not from Tampa. The 3 cars in the U-turn. You and your boyfriend make a right U-turn. Then you do a U-turn, and you make a right. You park at Kiante and Sweeps. Then you wait at Kiante and Sweeps. Our hotel parking lot, just about 10 seconds away from the border entrance, okay? Then the black metallic comes out. It's then it comes back out to the road, runs it to get to a light turning red. And then turns into the parking lot. That is as far as you're in. I don't think you understand how much evidence we have in this case against you. You're willing to do the video. I tell you, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question about? And that's funny, that's funny. All that's 5%, all right? I'm telling you, okay, that there is enough evidence here to prove that you participated. So I'm not going to argue with you, we're not going to ask you, ask me how, why not. I'm telling you that there's enough evidence here to prove that you participated with Zay, with his little brother Sean. I already got the other two Murphys identified, all the cars, I know your every move, I've got video of the whole thing, I've got all the cell phones, I've got everything that I need, okay, to prove that you're guilty in this group, okay? I want to know, okay? Are you prepared? Are you prepared for this? Do you understand the severity? You're gonna get convicted. I'm going to prove that you were guilty with this group. That's done. What we're offering you right now is an opportunity. An opportunity, because you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at a young girl who's never been arrested before, who may or may not be about to be honored, okay? Certainly plays well for the jury, who may or may not have been dragged into this genuine worship by somebody who obviously is straight, who's never straight. That's what I'm looking at. You have an opportunity to be honest, okay? And put your story, the right story on the record, to the point where the jury might have mercy on you. The people who judge might have mercy on you. I'm not here to debate whether you're illness or not. You're illness. We've already proven you're illness. I'm here to give you an opportunity to put your side of the story on the record, to give you a chance. You don't want to live with this, okay? You don't sure shit don't want to live with this in a box the size of this room for 30 years. Your hair getting done, your nails getting done, going out to the club, being with your friends, Thanksgiving dinner with your parents, all that shit wrong every day. So we're all for 30 years. We're here to argue with you on whether you're in this. You and I don't know you're in this. Why are you going to take the opportunity to give yourself a chance to be honest? Yes, yes. I'm calling you a liar. Yes. You know, of course, no, it's not. It's all true. You didn't know over me. You did not. I'm telling you right now, your life is going to forever change. You and never going to do it again. I mean, your parents love you. They were trying you right. Do they love you? Yes, no. Okay. Do your parents have a lot of money? No. Okay, I can tell you what this is going to do. That's going to fail. This is going to bankrupt your parents. Anything your parents have tried to save, it's going to be off. If you own a house or rent a house, you live, you know that? Okay, you're going to have to remortgage it for you. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to remortgage it with every cent they can get out of that house. They're going to spend every cent they have trying to save you. And it's all going to be in vain because it's not going to save you. Because they're going to spend every cent they have anyways. You're going to ruin your parents' lives. They will never recover from this at their age with the financial burden that you're going to cause them tonight. Your thing to have a prayer of helping you out is to tell the entire truth. Let me show you who you're gonna ruin your parents for. Take a little close. Take a little close. Let me show you who you're choosing over your parents in your life. Only one person on this group even remotely stands a chance to get away from this at all in any shape. with some kind of, mercy. And, there's one person. These guys fucked. We know about we know about what Zay's been doing. We know about what his little brother's been doing. We sure as shit know what these gentlemen have been doing. So there are people who you're ready to run your parents over and throw away your life. That great right now? You want to deal with it. When your parents don't throw away your life, I mean, no, that's a lot. What are you know, no, okay. No makes you know these two for sure. And I know that you saw these two at the Airbnb. You know what? They can prove it. Whether you know what to say about it or not, it's on you. You can ask that you're willing to ruin your family for? To those deputies around her house earlier as officers, okay? She's a good lady. Do you agree with that? Raising her party, you don't even begin to fly what you're going to do to your mom. You wonder why. Parents are never the same for this. They're never the same. They're making ruined. It's generally easier to tell to the way than what they're going to go through on this because of your decisions. They're going to know you're there. They're going to know they can't see you. They're going to know they can't touch you. They're going to know they can't spend a holiday with you ever again. You know what family are going to pass away. And there's no way you can be there to mourn with them or go to a funeral. And you know what you're not going to do? Your parents will pass away. You won't go to their funerals either, just so you know that. Your parents will not live as long as they were only going to live either because of grief. We've had a terrible effect on people. So what I can understand is how you're being that selfish. No, you absolutely are. Because the truth really happened down there, you didn't tell us free. She doesn't talk to us. We didn't talk to her parents everything. Absolutely everything on this. They don't make a back from this. See, the only reason that we're telling you all this is because we know that you don't have experience with the legal system, okay? Like, you have no experience. You have no idea how this works, so that's why don't speak. Listen, just listen to me, Chief. I'm begging you to listen to me, okay? You have no idea how this process works. And the only reason we've been laying it out is because these are the realities of how this process works, okay? And I personally feel like you aren't a bad person. You have never shot somebody. You've never stood over somebody and executed somebody. You've never pulled the trigger on a gun and killed somebody. So I think that there's still a chance to save you. Some of these other guys, there's no chance. There's no chance. They're done. They're past that point. But I still think that there's something in you worth saving. The question is, do you want to save yourself? Well, I was gonna say, like, everything I say online, so. Just because you are. If I'm telling you all this, you're saying you're on the side. Okay, that's fine. Try life here things. Still line see things, okay? So let me ask you what your hearing sounds like. So when you would say we're in a parking lot, and you do your phone, you're free on that's right. So you open it up and your face look like to me. That's that for and he's holding a phone off like that. No words are coming out of his mouth. What does he say? You let it slide and shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, but I'm looking at. No, you're not. No. You have every excuse to not tell the truth. You're every excuse to not tell the truth. So tell him what he said. I don't know what he said. You're lying about the Airbnb. Yes, you are. You were the only one who's trying to protect safety. You're trying to get it. I get it that you're trying to protect safety. What's the side of your next? What is on your next say? What's the side of your next say? What, this? Yeah. Princess. Princess. Listen. If you're truly on the side, and that's what you want, the people who are gonna judge you to believe, okay? They know they're not dumb. They know that the sideline hears the conversation, the sideline sees what is in front of their eyes. We know because the video shows that you were standing shoulder to shoulder with Zay while he's talking on your phone. Okay, so we know because you're shoulder to shoulder with him while he's talking on the phone, we know that you heard what he said. They're not gonna believe that you didn't hear it, okay? We know that you're riding around in that car with him, shoulder to shoulder with only the street console in between you, while he's communicating with other running shooters, okay? You're gonna want to know. You heard what he was saying? You're gonna protect things. You're gonna protect things. No, I don't think there's a lot. We have to.